Hey, I'm Daryl, one of the members of Homebrand.
And I don't ever wanna leave your side. Feel at home through the night. I feel alright.
You know, at times I'm not necessarily the best at taking charge of my mental health, but I really try make an effort to go outside, remove myself from my phone. I think you can find when you're struggling a lot that you just end up sitting and scrolling through social media for hours, and so I think it's important to get outside, breathe some fresh air. In the last 12 months I just adopted a beautiful little dog, and before that it was kind of hard to have motivation, but now it's like you need to go for a walk. So I will force myself to go for you, and I think that's been really beneficial. So yeah, just escaping from your bubble for 10 minutes can make a whole world of difference. I think it's important to have an ideal to strive for. I think there's a lot of young people out there who maybe are feeling unseen and they feel so lost that they don't have a way forward. And I think a movement such as Act, Belong, Commit gives those young people a path forward. They can see the steps laid out before them. I think my inspiration for songwriting started as just a young kid with a crazy amount of ADHD. Always wanted to create. I was always trying to build stuff and draw, and I was never good at any of it. I really liked singing and playing music, and I was playing with a band, and then our guitarist had written a chord progression, and it was like, oh, you're the singer, come up with the words. And then all of a sudden I was did it, and looking back it was really bad, but at the time I thought, whoa, this is really good. And then so I think I just found it to be my creative outlet, and so I think it's good therapy. So I moved from Scotland when I was 7 years old. And then coming into school just always sort of was a bit of an outsider. I was already into alternative music, I guess, and because I didn't have a lot of friends to confide in, I needed my music to do that. And yeah, I wasn't the kind to sit down and write in a journal, and so I think writing my songs was my way of doing that. I mean, I think music is an expression of people's personal journeys. In any form. It doesn't have to be we play in a band that's very outwardly speaks about emotion. The Act, Belong, Commit message deeply ties into people's desire for better mental health, and I think that is the exact way that I personally view music, and I think a lot of artists do.